Your boy Malilo's back with another review. Today I've got the Adidas Marathon TR, and if you're new around here, I review kicks and write in-depth articles on my website called SourceBuy in terms of how they fit, look and feel to help you make the right decision before you buy. But anyway man, let's get straight into it. Just before we carry on with the review, I've just had a look at some of the statistics for the videos, and I've just realised at least 99% of you that watch the videos aren't subscribed. I put a lot of effort into these videos and picking out shoes and doing different stuff. So show some love man, drop a little subscribe so we can keep going. Alright man, let's get straight into it. So, it's no secret that Adidas have been digging through the archives and just giving us all the retro classics back, and I'm here for it. Rumour has it this is one of the final silhouettes Adi Dassler worked on back in 1979, and when the Marathon TR first came out, it was mainly a trial running sneaker, as you can see by some of the features which we'll get to in a minute. But the reason I wanted to review this particular sneaker is one of two reasons. Firstly, there isn't much imagery online, and secondly, just these two colours were just so striking to me when I first saw it. So we've got a green and we've got a purple. Officially I'm not too sure what these colours are called, but I'm just going to call this forest green and aquatic purple. But where we've got a lot of green on the upper, it's lined in this suede and it's stitched pretty well. I'm not too sure whether it's real suede or not, but it feels soft. That's all that matters. And then just moving on to the toe box as well, we've got this rough feeling material also on the sidewall. It's Cordura, I believe. So essentially, for those of you that might not know, Cordura is just a long lasting durable material used for sneakers and other items of clothes. And then just moving down onto the midsole, you've got this sort of two-tone panel sort of vibe going on. You've got this exposed midsole, and then you've got a bit of gum, which looks pretty nice. And then you've got this Dellinger webbed Adidas sole, which we've seen in other sneakers previously. I know on the original pair that used to provide some sort of shock absorption, I believe, but aesthetically it just looks good, so that's all that matters. And then just moving on to the sole, as you can see, it's just all gummed out. There's a lot of traction in there with all these trefoils. This is probably one of the best features I've ever seen. But there's a lot of traction in there, you can probably hear that. It's protruding slightly at the back. The final thing that I really like about these sneakers is the fact that the actual upper is quite flexible, as you can see. So if you've got a wide foot, this is probably a good sneaker to try and get into. And then also the heel sort of squashes down, which is good, because sometimes it's a sport putting some of these sneakers on when the heel's a bit too hard and you struggle a little bit. But generally I think this sneaker looks pretty good. It's pretty clean and it's pretty loud. So how does the Adidas Marathon fit and feel on foot? Generally I'm actually a UK 7.5, which isn't the size that I went for here. This is a UK 7. That probably explains the reason they're a bit tight around the toe box. But what I've been doing to sort of get around that, I've been wearing thinner socks, and I've just been trying to break into them slowly. But apart from that, I think if you've got a narrow and a wide foot as well, there's no harm in sort of half a sizing up. I think you'd be okay. Definitely the fit of the actual sneaker is pretty narrow, so you won't get any sort of heel slippage or anything like that. So the upper is pretty flexible, so I expect this to stretch after a while. And then just moving on to the actual midsole in terms of comfort and feel, I think they're a bit of a firm ride. I don't know, maybe it's just I'm used to wearing other type of sneakers, but if I put my sort of hand in here, it's pretty firm, and if I try and squash this, you can't even compress it. It's pretty hard. If any, I could call this rock solid, so it's very, very hard. So in terms of how long you can wear this for, how comfortable they are, I still think it's a bit too early to tell. I want to be honest with you. I don't want to be saying lies. So what I probably will do, I'll probably have to do sort of like an ownership sort of update in terms of after I've had them for a while, so I can always post something on here on YouTube. So, but apart from that, they're all pretty good. I like them, and I'll definitely be wearing these summer. So, what are my final thoughts on the Adidas Marathon TR? Are they worth spending your hard-earned money on? Personally, for myself, yes. I'm based in the UK. I picked these up for about £90, which is pretty reasonable, I feel. I like the way they give you sort of like your footfall's locked in, and they give you that sort of snug fit. So I'm messing with that. The upper is pretty flexible, so that's pretty nice to see. However, two things that maybe they're personal drawbacks. I feel like the ride is a bit too firm, especially around the heel. There isn't much cushioning, so that's definitely a drawback. And just finally, the suede, I feel like that's going to be quite difficult to clean, I think, over some time. However, I have got a video which I'll link to here in terms of how you can clean particular sneakers. But apart from that, they're all good, man, so these are definitely a cop. So if you've got all the way to the end of the video, man, thanks for watching. We're at 91 subscribers now. If we can just get to 100, just keep going. But apart from that, I appreciate all the support. Drop a comment, subscribe, like, all of the good stuff, man, and I'll keep coming with the reviews. Alright, out.